What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Critical Pixels and episode 3 of the Swindle. I guess I should probably actually call this remix to the Swindle, because I actually wound up doing an episode of the Swindle probably about an hour or so ago, and unfortunately when I wound up recording that episode, for whatever reason the audio track actually wound up dropping out from the recording itself, which was a little frustrating, primarily because I managed to redeem myself from episode 2. I was actually doing really well with the heist. I'd managed to unlock a lot more of the skills, especially the computer skills, where you get a lot more money, and was really close to unlocking the very next district, which I believe is the casino district, where I'm pretty sure the money is really going to start to add up. But for whatever reason, when I went to edit the video, the audio completely dropped out. So I know that I mentioned in the very first video that if I needed to completely wipe, I would, and hopefully this is the only time that I need to do that. Of course, as you know, this being a roguelike, there are no save slots, there are no ways to go backwards, and I didn't want everybody to basically be lost without any context, because all of a sudden I was ahead 15 or 20 days, and there was no explanation as to why I chose which abilities I chose, or how I managed to get to that point in time. So I'm going to start over. Hopefully everything will go a lot better, a lot smoother, now that I actually have more of a sense of what I'm doing, where I'm going, why I'm choosing the abilities I'm choosing, and things like that. And hopefully I can even redeem myself from the episode 2 epic failure video that I happened to post. So let's just try to fly through the very first missions as quickly as possible. I mean, you could even consider this a speed run, if you will, especially since I now know a little bit more about what I'm doing. So I'm just going to, always have that escape route with the windows. I will definitely wind up getting the hacking ability as soon as possible, which fortunately I do have. And yeah, again, because it is the first mission, while it just gives you a quick heads up, it's unfortunate, but it's kind of the procedural setup. I don't have bombs yet. I can't blast my way into that lower level to get to that other computer. I also don't have the hack skill to be able to hack computers either, but with the pounds that I have, I do have enough that I can acquire the hacking computer abilities, and thereby start to really grow my bank account significantly. So there we go, first ability on the way, and let's jump back in. 99 days remaining with the very first skill. Now hopefully again there's a lot more computers on the way. We'll just let that guard come back so that we can knock him down as he turns. And one of the things that I have picked up on, and a little close there. That could have been catastrophic really early. One of the things that I have noticed or picked up on is the fact that the game really is very specific when it comes to your jumping. In fact, one of the things that you really have to be careful of, and this is something that I was kind of picking up on during the epic fail video, but I really have kind of gotten a better sense of now, having played a couple more episodes, is that when it comes to it, you almost have to know exactly when you're doing certain tasks. Like, let me just quickly hack this. Like, you have to know, oh yeah, I'm doing this and I'm grabbing this wall, or I'm jumping off of this wall, or I'm making sure that I do an extra jump over to ensure that I'm jumping over a spike. It's kind of funny that way, because it almost is asking or demanding heightened precision from you. I wish that in some cases there was a way to kind of indicate that you had an additional health meter or something like that, but it won't actually give that to you. It's really exacting a certain price on you to make sure that you are doing exactly what you need to do to survive every single mission. Now, unfortunately, I don't have bombs yet, and even if I did, I wouldn't have enough bombs to blast my way down into that final section, so what I basically need to do is just take off. But even still, a haul of over 1,000 pounds is still a respectable haul to take. You know, in fact, that will give me plenty of other abilities that I can now unlock. So why don't we just go ahead and do that right now? Obviously, with agility, definitely going to want more jumping ability. Definitely key. I'm going to wait for the movement speed. I don't really think I have that much else. Actually, I might as well just grab the movement speed now, because it's basically the only other thing I can use, and it's relatively inexpensive. It'll also be very, very important when it comes to getting around some of these other robot guards, especially as they start to introduce some of the larger bots, or for sequences like this where you have 3 guards and you know you have to run up on all of them and knock them all out quickly. So 1, 2, and 3, like that. So again, definitely getting a wee bit of a boon there. I just wish that I had a little bit of a way to look down yet, but I don't have that much cash yet, so I can't really do anything about that. We'll just wait for these 2 grids to pass. That's 1 and 2. So again, the fast movement, definitely helpful, especially when it comes to just dashing around, or in some ways getting this speed run handled. Whew. And that will be useful when it comes to making certain moves like that work. Now, I don't believe I can even get into that other section again. Still don't have bombs. But still, you know what? I'm perfectly fine with the way that this is going. You know, what's basically happening is I'm bankrolling a certain amount of what I have. I'm still, as you can see, 99%. The bonus by and of itself is still going to be worth it. I think I can actually start to unlock one more skill with almost 300 or 3,000 pounds. And I think that's pretty much the wall hang. Yeah. So I think that is probably the one that I do want to have, especially because as you can see, especially with that last mission, they're starting to go a lot more vertical on some of the wall shafts or hall shafts for sections. So having the ability to hang on a wall is definitely going to be key, especially when it comes to clearing some of these things. So now that I've got that, I can actually start to take out some of these guys like the motorcycle guy really, really easy. The thing that I do have to worry about now is one of those floating lawnmower guards, primarily because he is right by one of those other guys. Ooh. That was way too close. I honestly, I thought I was actually kind of busted on that one. Primarily because the way that bot went, I thought that it had seen me, and so I really had to just jump away from the hack. That was like last second. I almost thought that I was busted. So we're just going to try to get around it again. And we'll just take it. You know, we'll take as much cash as they're willing to give us right now. So again, with those spikes, since they're throwing in a lot more spikes now, it really is a circumstance of being sure that every single one that is scaled is is kind of overcompensated for. You almost have to overjump to ensure that you're safe. Otherwise, you're basically asking for trouble. And you know what? For something like that, I honestly, I don't care. Like, I don't think there was anything I was going to gain yeah, and there's only really one other thing, so I'll forego the ghost bonus. I'll take off. There's only probably like 99%. Not that big a deal. I don't really care. We'll go back to the airship. I know that the first district you need 10,000 pounds to unlock. I just want to see if there's anything else. So let's see. Hacking to unlock locked doors. That's something I'm gonna need. Smashing through doors and windows, or looking up and down. Well, you know, or bombs. You know, this is the oh, I actually have access to the warehouse district now, but even though that 4,000 pounds is one thing, I would need to be able to hack the doors to really take advantage of, because they have all those other doors. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically stay in the slums for maybe 1 or 2 more missions, hopefully build up a little bit more cash. And now that I have a better hack ability, at least for security purposes, I'll be able to really take advantage of the warehouse district when it comes to all the things that they do there, like having the locked doors, like having some of the other things. Now, again, one thing to point out, you know, the slums, you still have the option to open and close doors. Just like in the warehouse district, you actually have the option to open and close doors. And one thing that I have noticed is that sounds like, ooh, so what? You can open and close a door, but in the later sections, like the ritzier manor section, for whatever reason, you cannot close the doors again once you've opened them. I don't entirely know why. I wish I did, but for whatever reason, you can't. It makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. But it's something that is sorely missed, especially when you start introducing some of the more hazardous sections. But that's all the cash that's even on that level. Get the ghost bonus, get the definite bonus there, and that pops me right back up in 1 mission as opposed to the 2 that I was expecting. I can unlock the next section. I've got the new area waiting for me. I've got the doors that I can hack. That's really a score, and that also means that if I do well within this next section, I can probably get some of the other parts that I really wanted, like the ability to look up and down through areas, some of the bombs that I'll probably want to blast into newer sections, stuff like that. So as you can see, even right now, within the span of a few minutes, I've already eclipsed where I was within the first run through of the game. I also have more of a sense of what some of these machines are like, what they can take as far as damage, and you know, I at least have a better sense of what it is I can do. I'm not even going to. Oh no, more of these things. Like this, you know, sneaking through the spiked caterpillars. That's one of those things that I didn't even know you could really do that was actually one of those things that just experimenting on, I stumbled upon. Totally a fluke, not one of those things that I would have ever wanted to do or wanted to experiment with doing, and yet it works. It totally works. So, I will take it. I will take it and I will run with it in some ways. Because, having messed around with parts of this, you're starting to see like how you pick up on some of the little quirks, some of the little idiosyncrasies of the game. And in some ways, like doing the sneak through is a safer way of bypassing some of those guys as opposed to trying to jump around them, trying to do anything else. So we'll just sneak past that guy. Let's see here. What else we can do, because I don't have the ability to look down. I haven't seen any more computers, which is actually kind of strange, especially in the warehouse district. There's usually at least one computer system somewhere, and yet right now there is nothing. And since I can't hack the security systems just yet, this is a little bit more. I'm not getting nearly as much cash as I would like. Oh man, so many caterpillars. So many spiked caterpillars. And that platform doesn't really help that much either. It really doesn't. Because basically, Henry, the thief that I've had, who has actually survived for longer than I had previously. He wants to jump on everything. He wants to scale every single bit of surface he can, and that one little outcropping really was not doing me any favors. In fact, it was kind of complicating things. And it still might, because every time I jump, it basically wants to grab the wall. And with those guys there, it really doesn't help. But, okay, so we got that. Got that. I'm not even going to try that. That's basically a suicide mission waiting to happen. Ditto with that little alcove, and I don't even need to worry about that. So what we're going to do is we're just going to skip all of that. It's not even worth it because of just how it plays. I'll take the ghost bonus. The ghost bonus will be plenty. And yeah, we will call that a successful mission. Again, kind of like what I was saying, you start to kind of pick up on what makes sense and what doesn't, especially in the context of like what your thief's abilities happen to be at a particular point in time. And kind of what I was doing in the very first few playthroughs, I'd mess around, or I'd try to see exactly how I could move through, or if it made sense to try to squeeze a little bit more cash out of one system or another. And it didn't work. It doesn't make any sense in some cases, and in other cases, it's just way too dangerous. You really are kind of asking for trouble if you wind up doing it. But, let's see. Ooh, we have the siphoning ability. That might be even better than the speed. Because if I can do that, I can grab more cash and probably upgrade faster. the way that things are going right now, I think that's probably going to be the way to go. Don't quote me on it just yet. I'm going to see if that winds up actually working out. But I bet, let's see, we have 353 pounds right now. If this one has a lot of computers and the siphoning job works out, then that could be the better choice. So let's see here. Silver Brick Street. We already have a computer. We also have a ridiculous guarding situation here. If I can get that one bot to come back up, I can take it out. And that's the way it goes. So I'll at least have one computer. Maybe, if I don't mess it up. And there we go. Okay, so that's already practically paid for part of my investment. Right there with that one thing. Now, let's just hold on to the wall. Getting a little bit tricky here because I almost slid right into that guy. And I did not want to do that. I still don't have bombs. Otherwise I would totally blast my way down there. And we have mines, and let's see. I don't think that there's anything I need. I don't need to go that way. Oh! And then I landed right on the motorcycle guy. Alright, well, Henry actually lasted a lot longer than I expected him to. But you know what? That was just one mistake. I was actually coming really close to just getting out. But I basically got stuck in one section and couldn't really do much about it. That sometimes happens. So, we will... Oh, that was tricky too because I actually triggered that mine. I did not want to do that. But I was lucky enough to actually jump over everything to get past it. So let's see, there's a mine down there and a guard, and I don't really want to mess around with that guy. And there's a mine. Wow, they've just thrown up the mines hardcore. We'll just smash our way through. Okay. Wish me luck. Oh! Damn it. Okay. So it looks like my bad luck with mines has come back again. But hey, look. Only lost 2 people. You know, that could happen. I'm just thinking, next time I'm at the ship, we'll just definitely increase the attack speed and accuracy to get me around items like that. So hopefully we don't have that to worry about as much. And that's a good thing just to clear that out as well. So we have a pretty interesting situation here. It looks like we've got 2 computers up top, one guarded by a mine, the other guarded just by a door. We've got that, and that's an entrance I don't even need to mess around with. We've got, looks like cash on top of a mine. That I haven't actually seen before. And we've got this. Well, let's see. If I can get... That was close. Don't even need to do anything with part of that, possibly. So let's try hacking the computer. So I can leave that mine alone. And again, so that's the back door of this delivery building. I don't even need to really mess around with that. So basically all I'm doing is messing around with what would be additional money. This is a haul of almost 10,000 pounds. I really need to be careful, because I don't really need to mess around too much. Get out! Get out! Get out! Oh, wow. I could have sworn I was dead on that one. I blew the timing. That was probably like one of the worst timed mistakes that I've made in a while. And I do mean in a while. Like, I was just off on that. Honestly, I should be dead. And yet I made that. So, you know, it's time to go. Because I should have lost that mission multiple times over, and yet literally just by sheer luck I managed to make that one. That's insane. So 91 days to go. I've got 11,000 pounds, which again, spending the money on more hacking means that I can definitely get things like the hack speed, which will be important when it comes to getting around those mines, which I have been doing horribly with. Getting the bionic eyes, which is important, so I have an idea of what is surrounding me, so I can bypass things like that. You know, even I would say getting bombs, which is important, so I can blast my way to more stuff. So all of this is really starting to kind of stack upon itself. And again, all of this is also stuff that, because I've kind of played the game now a couple different times, whether it's been through trying to get playthroughs set and captured and everything like that, or the first two episodes, I now have a much better sense of just how the Swindle operates, so I can actually make my way through a little bit more successfully. Let's see here. Okay, so, and for instance, like one of the things I didn't know is you can actually put a bomb on those wooden doors, or those seemingly boarded up doors, and blast your way through those. Didn't have the faintest idea that you could even do that. I mean, I figured that you could, but there's no way of actually knowing it until you do, and all of a sudden it winds up working. Total fluke. Again, one of those things that I wound up discovering in the last episode, which unfortunately did not take. I really wish it did. You know, there was a lot of really cool stuff that I ran into, but I'm pretty sure, you know, that I'll be able to show you all exactly what that's like, especially since this one seems to be going well. Now, of course, probably as I said that, I've changed myself. So, we'll see here. Okay, so far so good. So far so good. You know what? I'm going to, let's see, look down. There's only one little bundle of cash down there. I'm going to blast my way through one of the floors here, just to get down and try to get to one of those computers. So we have some of our entryways. We'll just start to trigger some of the bombs. Didn't really need that door or that wall anyway. So we have that, we have that. Okay, so there's that computer, and I really want that computer, so I will have to see what I can do here. Fingers crossed. Okay, so I want to say, if I do this again, oh, just short, and of course, because I've already used one bomb, just to get in there, I don't have enough to get lower. Well. Well, you know, that's kind of just what happens. It's early on. I still don't have a large bomb capacity just yet, but still, I'll take basically another almost 10,000 pounds. I'll take it. I'll run with it to the bank all day. So I want to say that the next district really is pretty close. Let's see. 25,000. Okay, so I've got almost half that. I don't necessarily care about the goggles yet. I haven't seen anything yet that will be as useful. Bomb rig speed. That could be, but I'd rather have more bombs, and that's 35,000 away. And what I really want will be things like shutting down more computers and security stations, or you know, boosting the hack speed, stuff like that, or definitely getting more money, and that's 20,000. So I'm close either direction, because all of that will start to lead me into really improving my scores. That's going to, or improving my hauls from the heist. That's going to be key, especially, I mean, with 90 days remaining. I've got loads of time now, but again, doing infinitely better than the previous playthroughs. And I think part of it's just because, like, I'm getting more of a sense of just how this is, which is very similar to a lot of roguelikes, you know. Takes you time to get the ins and outs of everything, and then once you do, you could be golden. So let's just sneak up on this. This little mine here. Alright. Oh man, they really are throwing everything right into this little section here. So we got one of those hoppy guys, two of the motorcycle guys, camera, sheesh. I'm just going to run in and smash everything, and then wait for that camera just to go by, because I don't have an EMP blast, and we will just get out. Not even needing to go through that again. So we'll just try and go around, see if there's anything left to grab. I'm guessing that there probably isn't. Oh, well, no. Could be wrong. But I also don't know that I want to go that way for that. Ooh, but there's a camera. I do have a bomb, so I can blast my way into that, because I seriously doubt that I'm actually going to go any lower. with this. So let's see here. Got the motorcycle guy. He was very, very close. Let me see if he can actually detect me with me standing right there. No, he can't. Okay, good. Whew. And that is, again, just a wee bit close. Too close for comfort. But I'm also getting very used to smashing guys while I'm hanging onto walls, which is kind of crazy. It's not something that I actually even practice, it's just kind of something that I have stumbled onto, which is the ability to slide onto a wall and hit somebody with your blackjack. It's actually kind of a really nice skill to start to practice or try, so if you wind up playing this Swindle, I highly recommend you practice your wall slide and swing abilities as soon as possible. They will definitely save you here and there. So yeah, let's see here. I could blast my way into that and just get the extra cash. You know, I don't even know that it's worth it for like a small bundle like that. Like bundles like that really are nothing in the grand scheme of things compared to computers or larger bundles like that. And even that is kind of a stretch. I mean, let me see here. He goes about there. Right now, I'm just messing around. Like, I'm not even using... Like, I have no real need to even go down there in some cases. But because there is an actual bundle there, and I still have bombs, I could do that, run out, take the ghost bonus, and that will probably bump my heist total up to another almost 10 grand, or 10,000 pounds? Almost 9,000 pounds. So be it. Even still, that gives me 20,000 pounds, almost enough to enter the next district. I don't know that I want to push that, but what I may do, just to change a little bit of this up, is either take the boost in speed. Actually, I may just take the extra cash and use that to replenish my funds very, very quickly, and then move forward. So spend a little bit more time in the warehouse district. Still, 89 days, not bad, especially since I'm basically trying to do a speed run, just to catch back up to where I was. Whew. I swear these things are getting a little bit smarter. And you all know how much I love having those mines set just in case. Okay, so that's not really that much, unfortunately. I wish that there was more, but for whatever reason, it wasn't. So that kind of disappoints me, but I don't really know that there's much that I can do about it. Oh, just like that, and it's already over before everything's begun. Forget it. It's just time to get out. It's not even worth messing around with this one. Just take that cash. $6,000. You know what? That probably did wind up working, because that would have been a total bust. And instead, I wound up getting, $6,000 out of a very, very limited score. Sure. That by and of itself makes that one decision really worth it. Now, we'll have to see what it's like when I actually have a successful run, and hopefully I'll get that on this one, on Kinnell's Way. Just sneak our way through that mine. Ooh, that's a little close, because those guys really can be a pain. We'll just wait for him. I don't know why I keep getting knocked down. Goodbye. Get out, get out, get out! Oh, so close. And in some ways, even having a catastrophic failure like that works, because that weakens a little bit before. I don't know that I want that, but I'll take it if it winds up saving me the necessity of having to place multiple bombs there. Alright, so just take some more cash here. Let's see. Some of these things are getting a little bit tricky, because it looks like they've got a lot more cameras. And mines, everything. And more cash on a mine. I do hate it when they decide to do this. It makes it really tricky. But I'll take that. Okay, so we have that section right there, and that's just crazy. We've got that, and that's another computer system. If I had to blast my way to it. And we've got $6,000, which with the ghost benefit and everything would turn closer towards 10. So part of it is really, how much do I want to risk jumping down there? Which I don't, if I can help it. So there's that one computer that I saw, and then there's that. Here's the deal. I'm going to try to get to that other computer. I haven't... That was the mine that blew up. That wasn't me. So I should still have all of my bombs, which I believe should give me more than enough to get into that section and get away scot-free. And if the computer gives me another $3,000 or 3,000 pounds, then I might be able to walk away scot-free with close to 10,000 pounds, say? And if that's true, then I might be sitting pretty. I was close too, because I almost jumped right into the explosion, and I did not want to do that. because I definitely don't want to mess around with jumping over the spikes, especially with something like this. I'd rather just take the cash and get out. And we'll just take our way around the transport, get out that way as well, because I would rather take everything I could and bankroll it. And that brings me back to 25. So again, clearly hacking the computer's the key thing, because it's giving me about 95% cash stolen without really having to do nearly as much. So 25,000 gets me basically right back to where I was. That's only a few £100 away from what I have in my bank. In fact, that's a little bit less than £1,000 to get me back to where I was, basically, with just a few days back into everything. And it looks like, you know, because this has gone so much better, I could grab that hack speed, really make myself dangerous, and I think that's probably going to be worth it. I really do. I mean, I would love to say that having the extra cash or whatever is the better way to go, but I think this is probably going to be important only because they're going to start throwing a lot more at me, and I want to do everything I can just to get around that. So, let's see. 87 days. I'm thinking maybe because this has actually been a really, really good effort right now, we really don't want to jinx what we've got going. We'll just wait for that guy to come back around, and we'll hack. Because I can close that door again. And that's how you do that. Oh, but I can't get down there. Wow. That's just twisted. I mean, why would you even do something like that? Like, you know that people want that cash, but you were never going to give them the ability to get there. Oh well, I'd rather have the that ability just to hack mines so much faster. Really reduce the stress level on something like that. And who knows, maybe I'll be able to do it a separate way or something. But we'll see. Just slide down the wall. Alright. Get out, get out, get out! Oh, crap! I did not want that. I really didn't. I really did not. Yeah, I really did not want that to happen. But I'll take it. Get out again! Oh! Guess I couldn't avoid that fate. Oh well. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. You know, I was skirting it way too close. Way too close. So, I mean, that can happen. And the amount of times that I've actually messed up so far has been relatively minimal, so it was bound to happen at some point. So let's try it again. Damn it! Oh. I made it! I thought I had blown that one because it sounded like it was about to explode. It really did. It started to give the explosion sound, and then it stopped. That was really surprising. I thought I was a goner. I really did. Because in something that small, in a hallway that small, there is no way. Should be dead right now. But that's 2 hits on that. Okay, so there's a camera, motorcycle, and one of those hopping guys. And I can at least break him. And that gives me a blind spot, so I can look around. So, oh, there's a computer down there, but 2 more hopping things. There's... I have no idea if I can get to that without blasting through that wall. So we're gonna go around, because that is the safest way to get there. So, let's see how this cosmetics firm is laid out, shall we? I need to do nothing with that window. Or that window. Actually, you know what? I can break in through there. Because I don't even need to open that door. It's definitely good when you have more of a sense of possibly how some of these levels are laid out, because you then start to have more of a sense of what the game is thinking when it comes to structuring some of the levels. So let's see here. Okay, here we go. This is going to be tricky because it's going to be a double explosion. I may have actually taken out one of those hopping robots with that blast. I think I did, which is awesome. Now all I really need to do is get around that little floating bot. Oh, masterful. Yeah, that's it. I'm done. It's dealer's out. Washes his hands once and is going on break. You'll be getting your new dealer with the cops when they come to investigate this crime. Adios. So, again, 20 grand, one heist, 100% cash taken. That couldn't have gone any better. In fact, that probably was one of the best ones right there. And in some ways, that might actually be the best way to kind of wrap up that speed run, the remix to the Swindle, makeup edition, just to pick up on exactly where we were, or really get us very close to where we were. So the next episode, episode 4, which will be, you know, like return to the attack of the posh, we'll be diving right back into the ritzy area, but we'll have a lot more cash on hand. We'll have more ways to hack. We'll have actually a stronger ability of hacking, because we'll have better ways to rip more cache out of the computers, faster speed, all these other things. Have much more sense of exactly how to get around some of those bots, like the gas bots, which will actually gas you and take you down if you don't move away from them in time, or the hearing bots, which will actually start running towards you. Even some of those flying and flaming trash can bots, which will float around and actually take a lot more hits, but also will sprint at you once they've been hit as well. So lots more to show you, especially now that we have more of a sense of exactly what we're doing within the Swindle. So if you have any other comments, questions, or suggestions of games that you want to see me play, or things that you've seen within this video or some of the other videos for the Swindle, please be sure to either drop them in the comment thread below or reach out to me either by Gmail, which is at critpixels@gmail.com. That's CRITPIXELS@gmail.com, or hit me up on Twitter at critpixels. I'm Jeff Haynes, and as always, may all your hits be critical and your pixels stay bright. See ya.